Ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing? Another week of lockdown has passed and we are into Chukka Chats number 2. We're so stoked and so awesome that we could get another round in and get it going. And we've got such a cool bunch of people we get to chat to, and we'll get onto them now. And what an exciting time, hey? Our president Cyril Ramaphosa saying there might be a little loosening of this lockdown, so we might be able to get into stuff, maybe a little bit of exercise. I think we're all hoping that we can get on the turf and do some stuff like that, but we might have to wait a little bit longer. So until then, let's make sure we're cracking on, having a good time, and just having some really cool chats with some incredible players and incredible athletes. So for today, what we are going to do, just a little bit different from last week. We'll get our players in. We'll definitely have a chat, but I think we'll want to engage a little bit more. So at the end, we'll have a little chat. We'll have some questions, and then definitely I want to try and answer as many of your guys' questions as possible. So make sure you're ready. Make sure you're firing them in, and then between myself and the guys and girls that we're getting in, we can just make this rad and we can go from there. Okay. So as we answer it, I think we should get our first person involved. And let's see, she was online here a second ago, but we'll just scroll through until I find her account. But jeepers, there's so many of us on today. This is epic, so thank you so much for joining. Oh, whoa, where are we? We're going to keep on going here. She's in and around, I think. Oh, and then fat finger typing, I go and press the wrong thing, so I close it. So I'll get it on in a moment or so. But have you guys been noticing any different sheep? As we out here on the farm in the Midlands, and just you can feel like there's a change in the weather, and I don't know if it's the same like feelings that's coming around with the change and everything that's going along, and there's a lot of excitement, even though we're all getting frustrated with sort of everything that's coming on. It's just an interesting one at the moment. Okay, so I'm actually struggling to see where Daniella Oliveira is. She doesn't seem to be coming up on here at the moment, but we'll find her in the next little bit. We might have to just jump the queue a little bit, because I know one of my other players that we're going to chat on is on here already. So I think we might just jump onto her. So I hope she's ready. We'll just jump the gun and get straight into it. Ready to chat and go from there. Let's see how this is going with a little countdown. But guys, we got so many views today. This is so cool. Awesome. Sony the legend.
Hey, Jonty.
Hey, how are you doing?
How are you? I'm good, and you?
Yeah, doing very well this time. Epic. I'm sorry, I've jumped you in the queue. You're actually going to be Chukka 4 and ending it out, but it looks like you're going to just start off with an absolute blast and just get it going.
Rushing. I was like, okay, let's do it.
I'm sorry, I tried to give you as much warning. I saw you online. I was like, Rob's is going to be on it. She's a legend. What can we do here?
Yeah, it's good to be on the live. I just want to say hello to everyone. Thanks for joining. It's really cool to interact with everyone during the lockdown. So yeah, let's have some fun.
Yeah, let's definitely have some fun. This is epic. So RJ, you are obviously our favorite twin ever. We know Shane's an absolute legend, but I think even he'd agree that you guys, out of the two of you, you're definitely number one. And if not, it's just in everyone's hearts.
Yeah, I think he wins a lot of people over, though. I mean, he's I think everyone's number one supporter, and he's always on the sideline, supporting and giving his best. So yeah, it's awesome to have someone like that around, backing you and giving you 100% all the time. So yeah, just a shout out to him. I know he's on the live as well, so he'll probably pop me a few questions. So we'll see what he has to offer.
Well, let's definitely see if we can find out. I think there'll be a whole heap of spice over there. And actually, maybe, I think in one of our questions later, let's actually see who gets it onto first. It'll be brilliant.
Okay.
But, Robs, we saw your video shoot on Insta. It looked epic in your training kits. Just throwing out all the vibes. Look, that looks so awesome. See, you got a whole heap of space in the garden there.
Yeah, we're lucky, yeah. So, I mean, my sister, Taylor Johnson, I also have another incredible sibling. You know, she's highly involved with the soccer world, and she's at the moment taking some pics of me. And we really are able to collaborate together and throw ideas to each other and things like that. So, yeah, we work well together, and I'm looking forward to, you know, what the future can hold for us in terms of photos and content and things like that. So, it's part of being a soccer player. And I mean, I could give some tips out just for some good photos, you know, good lighting, a good setting, and obviously your attire. So, I mean, what I'm wearing today is something I've taken photos in already for soccer. So just some ideas for maybe some of our followers that want to create some good, cool content.
Yeah, just get some awesome stuff. No, definitely.
Yeah.
And obviously we know we saw the epic photo of you, you know, on the gym ball doing some mighty curls, but the only reason you're using 4 kgs was just for the color scheme. It was nothing else, because otherwise,
yeah, definitely. Jonty is definitely to match. You know, you got to kind of keep the consistency with the matching. I mean, people who know me, I love to match my things. So yeah, it was just to kind of get the photo right.
Oh, for sure. Are you as bad as Jess O'Connor though, with all her shoes and trying to match everything? Are you that crazy to that extent?
I don't know. Maybe Jess and I should have a bit of a, you know, sneaker off or something like that. We'll see who come out at top.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure she's on the live feed as well. Maybe because she could answer a bit of that question. Maybe I popped her one. See if she can compete.
No, maybe we'll have a little battle in one of our next Chukka chats, and you guys can have a little charge of sneaker, and then see what's up.
That sounds cool. So should we get on to some of these questions?
I think we should, but let's start off just to warm you up, just to get you going until we get into some of these questions. We got some rapid fire questions, so answer as quickly as you can, and we'll get through them as quickly as we can. So, rapid fire question number 1: what's your go-to move? Little aerial skill or hands?
I'm very simple, Jonty. I probably wouldn't even go for either of those. I'd probably go for a pass. That's me.
As a fellow midfielder, I love it. Yes, that is awesome.
Yep.
Least favorite form of transport? Obviously, you've been over the world and a whole bit. What's the least favorite form of transport?
Oh, I mean, after a hard training session, maybe the bike.
Oh, yeah. On a cold winter's night coming out of Europe, that's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably my least favorite.
Best music genre? This is an interesting one. Let's see how you compare to Tati from last week. What are you going with?
I'm going to go with some pop. You know, you can always get going with pop. Goodness. Yeah, why not?
A little bit of spice. And then, morning person or night owl?
A personal night out, probably a really nice dinner, yeah, with some friends, maybe a few drinks, something really chilled. I'm always keen for that.
So I think it was broken up. I was actually asking whether you're a morning person or night owl, but listen, if your mind jumps straight
gosh, okay.
That just shows all the vibe.
Well, I just gave you that too. I'm probably a morning person. Yeah, I prefer the mornings compared to the night. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure. I mean, you've got to do a bit of both, because with you being indoor, outdoor, and working, to try to put it all together, I suppose you've got to maximize those days as much as you can. Eh?
Yeah, you got to balance everything. So yeah, I suppose both, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, and this is one of our final ones, but maybe this is where Shane can jump in. But is it true that Shane and you, like Professor Charles Xavier and Jean Grey from the X-Men, you guys can read each other's minds? Because that's who's got the upper hand here?
You know, a lot of people ask us that question. I think maybe Shane's a bit of Charles Xavier with the brains. Maybe I can read his mind when I'm on a hockey field with him, and I'm, you know, doing a one-on-one against him. Then I've got him covered with that.
Oh, that is epic. And then final one, to put you on a little bit of pressure while we scan through some of these questions from everyone else. What's the best one-line piece of advice that you've been given? Can you think of anything off the top of your brain? And it's quite a tough one there. That's a mean one.
Are you talking specifically like from a coach or just from my point of view? Whatever.
Oh, anyway. So, example, Yeah.
Yeah, I think most recently, Piti Kutsia, she's currently in America right now. I mean, I was coached by her at Wits, and I think there's a lot of things I obviously learned from her as a coach and as a person, but I think just really keeping things really simple. I mean, the style of coaching, the way she kind of molded us in the Wits team, I think just really keeping things simple, I think really is something that you can use and always like not to put so much pressure on yourself and just enjoy the game. So I think that's something for me that's really key.
Yeah. Oh, that's epic. And to have, been a part of Piti's crew, like she's an absolute legend. I think there's so much you can learn from her. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I admire her so much.
No, definitely. Okay, well, Rob, let's get into some questions here. We got one from Tamron. If you could have dinner with any hockey player, who would it be? Like
Oh,
anyone
that's a good
worldwide,
one.
past, present.
Probably like someone like a Tindanoya, someone who's really, really like one of the most epic hockey players in the world. I mean, not many people might know him, but I mean, I think you should try and Google him. He's Dutch, so yeah, maybe someone like that. That would be something really epic. You can learn a lot of things from him. Yeah, maybe that's just one example. Maybe he's a bit boring. I don't know. Maybe I choose someone who's current as well.
Oh,
Maybe a Luciana Aima. That would be quite a cool one. One of those
listen,
players. Yeah.
you're naming two absolute legends of the game. I think if you don't know Tendanoia, 100%, you need to do yourself a favor and go check that out. And we
Yeah.
obviously know Luciana is an animal. I think she probably would have like competed hands down in the men's game and just still run circles around everyone. It was
Definitely, yeah.
power. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so who else have we got some questions from? Ooh. So, what is your experience when getting on and playing out at the international level? What is sort of one of the big things that stands out stepping up? I mean, you've been across both platforms. What is something that really stands out?
Yeah, I think it's really special stepping out on the field in the green and gold. It's a feeling that's really indescribable, and it's something that you work so hard for. And I think that's what makes it really extra special. You put all these hours in on the field and things like that, and it makes it that much more emotional when you get to go out on the field and really show your ability and also enjoy it with your teammates. So I think that's part of the experience, and I think that's the most special part of it.
Yeah, definitely, and it is an honor. So every time you put on that jersey and go, it really is something special.
Definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So thanks to Luke Hill for that question. What a champion. What else do we have? Do you have anything that's popping up there? You can see that you want to answer there, Robs.
Yeah, I see. What's your favorite Osaka outfit? I have a bit of a tip. What I'll do is I'll go on my Instagram feed and I'll go onto the Osaka SA website. I'll recommend a few items that I think are really cool at the moment, especially with winter coming up. I know it's not winter right now, but stocking up on your jerseys, on your hoodies, on things like that to just be comfy during this lockdown. So I'll recommend you a couple of outfits that you could pick on the website. And of course, if you use our discount codes on non-sale items, you get a 15% discount. So yeah, go have a look on my page.
Yeah, definitely. And what we'll do is later we'll make sure, I mean, everyone saw the post already, so they've got your handle, but we'll put it up again. And definitely go check it out. That'd be awesome to see. And then we can go from there. But Robs, our time in our first Chukka has come to an end. That was so quick. I think we could have chatted all the way through here.
I know, yeah, it flew by.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me, Johns.
Epic. It was so good chatting. We'll catch up soon.
Yep. Cheers.
Awesome. Keep well. Cheers. Oh, man. And Robs, what a hero. And just jumping ahead of the queue, they're really doing us a favor and jumping online. But she's been so cool. And for those of you who definitely have seen it, her brother Shane is an absolute champion. And they just get to experience so many cool things the whole time as we go. So let's see here. I'm trying to work this to get some more players on, but I don't know if it's this. It's actually fun, but we're struggling to get a couple of folks to come and join today. This is real interesting. Oh, my word. Okay, but we'll get into it. Anyway, sure. So, Tamron, we got a question. What is the thing you like most about the position you play? And I don't know if that was for myself or for Robs, but what we'll do is I'll answer it anyway. Yeah, sure. So I'm a bit of a midfielder, and I think the cool thing there is that we get to just go through everything. You feel like you part of the game because you heavily involved in defense. You're going through a whole lot as a striker. We're having some technical issues. Yeah, and it's me having technical issues. It's not Chaddy overseas, or not overseas, but over in the mid with the data problems he's having. Sure, we've got some crazy things going on there. But as we go, panic! Oh my word! I'm sorry. Yeah, I have absolutely no idea what happened there. Jeepers, it must be going crazy. I think maybe it's cheapers between the hack that we got while we were doing the digital hub on Wednesday and now there's all sorts of craziness. So I'm sorry that we got cut off there, but it looks like we might be able to actually get some of our next players on, which is quite cool. So I'm sorry that I had to end that last one, but let's go back because she's finally with us here. Oh, here we go. Has she joined? This is it. We're waiting for her to link up. I hope there are no technical issues on her side, but she's come in.
Hey, Johns.
Danny, what's happening?
Hi, everyone.
Hey. Danny
Finally
Oliveira.
worked.
It finally worked. Yeah. Absolute legend. How things been going your side in this lockdown?
Oh, it's been very busy, especially since school started. But yeah, it's been great. Nice little relaxing time for a little bit.
Yeah. How do you manage being an absolute legend and actually just putting a bit of schoolwork together? That's crazy.
It's a lot of late nights, and I'm not really a morning person, so it doesn't really help. But yeah, it's a lot of juggling between the two. I'm often working on the way down to hockey practices and everything, but yeah.
Oh man, I think we look back. Oh, I want to say I look back and those are still some of my favorite times in hockey was being able to do that sort of, 365 every moment in between. I must admit I wasn't as diligent as what I probably should have been, as diligent as you are with your schoolwork. But oh man, all those moments are so cool, and I think you're in such a big position. You've had some really incredible people around you. I mean, you've got Jared Jones. You've had a bit of impact with Kelly Reid. Across your KZN side, Jessica O'Connor. You've got Jess Lardant rocking with you. Man, you had all these people. Who's had like sort of the biggest impact on your hockey so far?
I'd probably definitely have to say Kelly, because she's been coaching me for the last 2 years. She's been my Raiders side this year. We're in the same club side. It's been, it's so nice to always have someone to coach you on and off the field. So yeah, I definitely say Kelly.
Yeah, definitely. That's epic, and she's just such an incredible player. That's fantastic, and I think
and especially coming back after being pregnant for 9 months and getting player of the tournaments. It's been
Oh man. And now you both are in the SA ladies setup. Congratulations on that. That is
thank you so much. Yeah, it was quite a surprise, but very grateful.
I think the standard that you showed at IPT and what everyone was saying was just absolutely incredible. So on the indoor court, no doubt you're going to tear it up for many years to come. And I think a good chance on the outdoor court at some stage, because as handy as you're on the indoor court, man, my ladies team has played against you and you still tear it up against us on the turf. So incredible.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'll be there too.
Yeah. How are you feeling? Should we get into some rapid fire questions? Are you ready?
Go. Yeah.
Just as a little warm up before we get into it. Okay. So, number one, I think we've actually been asked this a couple of times. What level of Osaka sponsorship are you on in the Osaka journey? Where are you at?
I am a Vision 50 now, which has been really cool, like recently since the beginning of the year. And I've been trying to get a sponsorship for ages with them. So it's been really cool to partner up with Osaka. So
Yeah, that's epic. And I think we just touched on this, but indoor, outdoor, let's actually get the honest opinion. Have to choose one. Rest of it. What do you go with?
to be honest, after each of the seasons, I'm so ready to get into either indoor or outdoor, because after you overdo outdoor, you're ready for indoor, and yeah. So I'd have to say both, but right now I'm ready to get into outdoor.
Oh,
Because the school season's only just starting, and yeah, getting its club and all of that again. So, well, hopefully.
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And because you are so diligent and so favorite subject, what is it at school?
Accounting. Definitely
Worst
accounting.
subject at school?
English. I cannot do English.
Serious?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. I thought it easy. I hated Afrikaans, and you know.
Oh yeah, also Afrikaans, but my Afrikaans teacher will hate me for that. So
So this is actually just a question of your favorite teacher more than anything else.
yeah.
Here we go. Apple or Android? Ooh.
Apple, definitely Apple.
Apple. Come
Yes.
on.
Yes.
Love it. And then, the big one. What's your favorite Osaka item? And this is probably one of the toughest questions you're going to get today. That's
Yo. Definitely my bag at the moment. That Osaka translucent stick bag. It looks so cool, especially you can see my shin pads through it, and I just feel so professional.
that is epic. And then final one. What color is your toothbrush?
Learn what? The basic Colgate one, but yeah.
The good old standard, just to get
Yeah.
through it. Okay, so now that we're nice and warm, and now we're getting into it, let's actually go through some of these questions as we get into it. Let's see the guys from Inside Pool there. Give me a little shout outs. I know you've been involved with them a whole heap.
Yeah.
What an awesome bunch of guys, and they've been doing some really, really cool things. I think it's actually a little follow-on question here from Sarah Rolf. What does it feel like being sponsored? I know you touched on it earlier. You've been working on it so hard, but I mean, what does it actually feel like? I mean, it's quite a rad thing.
I must say it's quite cool because you get like a whole lot of people like, oh my goodness, you're sponsored by Osaka. How did you get there and everything? So it's it makes you feel a little bit more, out there and important. But yeah, it's been so nice to like have your own things and your own brand, and it's just gives you a little bit more pride when you step onto the field with all your kit and
with all your kits and everything. Yeah. That's epic. I think who's that? Linka from Bloom says, Danny, your Bloom friends help you with your Afrikaans. Hey?
Oh yeah, they've definitely been helping me. At top 12 last year, I was reading them my Afrikaans book because I had an Afrikaans oral on the way back, and I have to tell you guys, I actually passed that one, so it was great.
Yeah, that is awesome. Oh, brilliant. And then I think we go on here. I've actually just scanned past it, but it says, do you have like a go-to like pair of socks? Like these are my match under socks, or this is like a sweatband that I got to wear, or I'll have to find out who asked us.
I was actually speaking to my one friend yesterday about it because I was so nervous about this, but I have this one pair of under socks from SJ that I've worn for every final I've played in. So yeah, those are definitely the ones I go for. They're like white with a couple of flowers on, and yeah, they've got all holy and but those are definitely the ones.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, I think you're gonna have to send them back to SJ because you can't just get a new pair. I mean, if those are your final under socks,
No, you're gonna have to stitch those ones
sorted,
up.
we keep them going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And we got another question here from Sony the Legend. I think it's probably going to be one of our last questions here. But you've obviously said that you spend a lot of time with Kelly reading a lot of what she's done there. But who is your role model in sport? I mean, it doesn't have to be a hockey player. Do you have someone in general, or is it anyone?
There's so many like different people, I must say. Arthur Van Doren, because he is just such like, firstly sponsored by Osaka, secondly one of the best defenders in the world. So yeah, he's really cool. And definitely Kelly has to be one of them because the ins and outs, she gives me the ins and outs of everything, and so
that is awesome. Oh yeah, I mean, both those absolute legends. Arthur is, I think he's pretty much changing the way that we play as centre backs, or the game is going to start centre back. And man, what an exceptional talent. Here we go. Vickers van der Wyk, 221. Let's give us your thoughts here. What is more important with a drag flick, precision or power? What do you think?
I must say I'm still working on that skill, but this is a very hard one. I think precision, because, you know, you can't just have power and shoot in the middle of the goals, because keeper's going to save that 9 times out of 10. So I have to say, if you can flick in the corners and you get that right every time, back you score.
Every single time, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And then we've got one from Tom, who was asking, I think we'll make this a fun one because we're running out of time. What has been your favorite goal, indoor or outdoor? Have you got one that sticks out in your mind?
Yeah, I was playing forward one of the matches in my under 16 year at school, and someone slapped the ball straight through the middle, and I got onto it like basically at the last second, and I was basically diving and it shot into the top corner, and it was the best thing ever. Yeah, but I must say close second would be in the semi-finals on our KZN tour last year, grade 9. I just was running down the baseline and I roofed it, and yeah, so that was also close second, but yeah.
Absolutely love that. I think, geez, that like full stretch. Am I going to get it? Am I not going to get it? Bang, celebrate, and then obviously
Ew.
Kill on the roof. You can really
great, yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, that is epic. Danny, you absolute legend. Thank you so much for the chat. Thank you so much for coming on to Chukka
Thanks
Chats.
so much for having me.
We're so stoked that you're with us. Yeah, it's going to be so epic.
Yeah,
you
it's been
grow
so
as a player,
nice.
indoor, outdoor, and just keep epic.
Thanks so much for having me.
Enjoy the rest of it.
Okay.
Study hard.
Thank you.
And
I will.
we'll catch up soon.
Okay, bye.
Cheers. Bye. Oh man, Danny, absolute legend. Just so cool in everything she does, and what a vibrant person. So that is the end of Chukka 2. So we're coming up to halfway. I think that we should get straight into it, and this time, best believe we had better make this better than the third Chukka last week, because I don't think you want to hear me talking as much as I did last week, and hopefully we get the next best, or even the best person out the East Rand, Jethro Eustice. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think, hello everyone, how you guys, how's everyone doing? John, thanks for the introduction, but Chad Futcher, third Chukka seems to be an interesting one. You're putting up the boys in the third Chukka. So yeah, no pressure from my side. Thanks, Ricky West.
Listen, we just had to bring out a little bit of spice to keep it going, and just go from there.
Oh, thanks, John. Thanks for having me. Exciting time. Really do appreciate the little bit of banter and chats, and from probably the best brand in the world. Why not? Soccer for the boys.
Why not? And while we're at it, so I don't know, you can take the man out of the East Rand. You can't take the East Rand out of the man. Do you want to actually throw out some of those gang signs that we were talking about last week? I don't Oh dear. You're having some chats with Tyron Jabu Barnard as well, and I mean, he's a strong advocate for the East Rand and loves the work the boys do, and is trying to recruit as much as possible.
Yeah, you know the story. The best from the East there, boys. There's a lot of guys that are talented hockey players that don't get the chance. So I think coming through the ranks now, the boys are showing their class, I think.
Oh, 100%. But Jerry, a really important question before we actually get into our rapid fire one. And I know a lot of people have been asking this. Obviously, everyone knows that you've had play the tournaments at both indoor and outdoor, and you've been working quite a lot with Karen Edge in the gym. What do you do to make your shoulders so strong that you can carry every team that you play in across every format of the game?
John's, you're being cheeky now, and it's a serious question to answer, but no ways, bro. I've been very fortunate to play with the players that I have played with for the last 5 to 6 years. I think it's given me the experience and the ability to also express myself. So yeah, I think you can pat me on the back, but to be fair, the players that I play alongside, like the Jonty Robinsons and co, it just makes it easier for me to express myself and share my talents with the guys that are in the team, eh?
Yeah, that's epic. I mean, you've come through some awesome things, and I think very humble in your beginnings, but come through, and you're really testament to the hard work that you put in across the years and years and years, and it's really showing in your game at the moment. It's so epic, Jet. It's rad to see.
Thank you, John.
But seeing as we moving along, and you obviously being an IT genius, I mean, and a lot of the stuff you do, can you just catch the guy that hacked the digital hub feed the other day, please, and just sort him out and make sure, like, I don't know, clear his cookies forever and make sure he loses all his passwords, please?
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a sad time to be involved in that conversation when things were going a bit pear-shaped. But the interesting thing is they shouldn't have deleted. They should have just blocked him off and kept him online. They would have easily sorted him out. He would have been banned, bro. But the guys closed him off, and now he's out, and he's free to do it again to the next victims, bro.
Oh, it's fine. I know you got good mates with old Steve Butler. I think I just dropped him a message. Next time, my man, hook me up. I'll sort this all out for you, and we can go from there.
Yeah, listen, but to be fair, what Stephen Butler and the soccer people are doing is incredible. That soccer hub, to have Abby Ray and Felix Daniella open to the world has been incredible, to share their insights. There's a lot of things that I've already taken out and put into use for definitely the Kersney guys and hopefully the Kersney club as we go forward, and also the indoor and outdoor processes going forward. So incredible stuff. Osaka is doing what no other brand's doing at the moment, is being top class at everything they do, from clothing to lifestyle to equipment to just everything they touch is turning into gold, which is incredible.
It's just so epic. It really is epic. You mentioned Felix and I think the next digital hub that's coming on is going to be very, very cool. And talking about how
we have to be on board. Yeah, we have to be.
Brand. Yeah. That's going to be cool. And I think they got a lot of the guys from Red Bull coming to jump on some of their proper athletes, or not proper athletes, to some of their other athletes. That's going to be very, very cool. Okay, but Jetty, let's get into this. Rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
I don't think I am, John. Do I have a little bit of a moment to discuss this? Because I won't lie to you, watching Robs and Danny take them, they looked pretty cool and calm and collective when they were going. So don't throw me under the bus yet, bro. Don't throw me under the bus.
Nah, I think we'll be chill, Jets. And plus, we see how composed you are on the field. I'm pretty sure that you'll be fine right here. Okay, so big one. Would you rather score a banging drag flick or an absolutely ripping field goal?
I got to say, I love the moment that sets up a drag flick, the time when the penalty corner is getting ready, the umpire sets the tone with the whistle, and then as the push comes out, you step up and you flick. I would definitely say a drag flick in the top corner for if it has to be a win, it has to be a win. If it's just to get the goals rolling, then it has to be the goals. But yeah, definitely a drag flick, Johnson.
And we get into it. We got a follow-up question I see over here from Hardia, which we'll touch on a bit later, so we'll get back to your answer for that one. But question number 2. If Voldemort offered you a hug, would you take it?
Definitely not. Definitely not. I'd cast a spell and send him home, bro.
Cool, Harry Potter. That's epic. What is your go-to pre-match meal? I mean, we're roommates for indoor IPT now, but what's your standard?
I do like a quick bar or a banana before the game. I think, just that little bit of energy before. Also, maybe sometimes gives me a little bit of a distraction when you're getting, I would say, hyped up for a game, that you actually take yourself away from that by just going and grabbing something to eat. I think it also gives you a little bit of time to cool down. So yeah, that's definitely where I want to be. Just taking a little bit of a meal before a little snack, which is the best way to do it, before a match.
Just a little something to get the levels up. Yes.
Yeah.
And then, best nickname you've ever had? Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, it's a challenge because, to be fair, it's been very, very short on the nicknames. I've only really had a few because it was pretty simple, just throwing out Jets. I think that was the best one. But yeah, my sister calls me. Yeah, no, we'll keep that one for later. Yeah, but no, I've got to say nicknames. Yeah, Jethro's been pretty much. Yeah, I don't know how to explain any of the others, to be honest, in a very cool and expressive way, to be fair.
Jethro, Neo, the one. I mean, I rolled off the tongue, but I mean,
The one.
And then next one, Protobo, Showbo, or Lobo. Ooh.
Yeah, it has to be the Protobo. I've really enjoyed that since I've started with him. Yeah, I think the reality is that gives you a little bit of both. A little bit of groove to work with, and also keep you a bit of a straighter stick. So I like that. I've always played with a straight stick, but then since I've come to Osaka and joined them, I've had a little bit of a bow on it. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that is epic. And I've actually just seen a brilliant question here, which I think should fit right into rapid fire questions. It's from, I think it's Mark Walraven. Would you rather fight one horse the size of a chicken or 100 chickens the size of a horse?
You see, he was being cheeky yesterday because he wanted me to give him a little bit of a throw name there, and to be fair, well done, fair play, good comment. I would do the first option. I'll do the first option, bro.
I don't know. We got some pretty gnarly chickens here. I don't want to see a chicken the size of a horse. That little guy you go run around and, I don't know, without cruelty to animals, kick them. If they're coming at me, God, they don't stand a chance. Oh, that's a brilliant question. Super strength or super intelligence? Ooh.
Yeah, you see, at this stage, I think intelligent wins every day. So yeah, definitely super intelligent, bro. Strength can only get you so far, bro.
Yeah. And plus, I'm sure like Tony Stark's old man invented the super serum for Captain America. Eh? So like, if he's smart enough, like you'll work something out anyway. Or you're gonna be like Batman, just smart everyone.
You see, now you see where I'm going with this, bro. Just try and invent things that will make people probably stronger and more powerful, bro.
There we go. But we all know, Jethro, it's what's inside that counts. Eh? That's the real thing.
Yes,
that makes
100%. No, 100%.
And then, where would you rather live? Durban or Durban?
See, exactly the comment. Why must there be another option, bro? It has to be Durban, bro.
There's no other option. I think there's only one place.
I love that there was no other option because there would still be no other option. 100%, Johns. Summer 365, it's #1 province in the world, bro.
There we go. 365. We're on it, eh? And then, get final one before we move on to some of our other questions. What is your favorite non-hockey memory from a tournament? What is something that...
Yeah, so interesting. Yeah, listen, Johns. I think the conversations back in the day were what do you want to be a part of? And very fortunate, I was with Ricky, Westy, and Johns just before I went to the Hockey World Cup in 2014, and this big idea of Jet, why don't you come and join Osaka? So I think the signing the contract was straight after the soccer party in 2014, which was incredible because that party was one of the best I think I've ever been to. Was the soccer party post 2014 World Cup? Yeah, I think we had an absolute blast till 5 o'clock in the morning. I think it was 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I think, yes, but oh my word, that was an incredible evening. What a great memory! Just epic bunch of athletes. What a vibe! Oh man, that was so cool. Oh, that's a great memory, Jetty. Oh, flip. The memory banks there. That's a cracker. Oh. But we got some time. Let's get into some of the questions here. We go on here. This is from Maddie D'Souza, one of our other athletes. What do you not wash? What is the one thing that you do not wash on tour? Like let's make this on tour, not like...
Well, the good thing is he's been very cheeky, but my gum guard is not the thing I don't wash because I keep it either in my mouth or in my box that keeps it in my bag. So I don't need to necessarily wash it on tour, but I do wash it on occasion, I suppose.
Yeah, that's not much. I think that gum guard, maybe a little bit of like Listerine every now and again, just to give it a little bit of flavor and a good little wash. But yeah. Okay, we got who's that? Han Lamprecht. If you could teach a celebrity to play hockey, who would it be and why? Oh, that's a cool one. I like that.
That's a great one. I think the talented Matthew McConaughey, I think, would be a great man for it. I think he brings up this whole aura of if he's going to be creative or not, and you don't know where he's going to be. So maybe he will be a good hockey player, because then at moments he can pick and choose the creative side or the conservative side. Maybe something like that.
That'd be spicy. I'd also love to see him like in a movie playing a hockey player. And then the huddle at top D, someone runs off to the coach, gets the call for the PC. He's standing there and goes, Matt, you're going to take it off the top. And casually he's leaning on his Osaka stick and looks up and goes, all right.
World class. Exactly. You see. So, John, you see, we same mindset here, bro. Same mindset. What a man.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's awesome. Next question here, and I think this is one that's close to both our hearts. How much coffee do you drink on hockey tour?
You see, the figure varies between, I think, days. I think if it's a day where we know we're important and it's a semi-final match or a final match, I think the intake increases maybe 2 cups, 3 cups. But yeah, I would say about 4 cups. 4 cups a day is generally on match day about right.
Yeah.
It's a tough question, because you can't. How do you measure it? How do you measure it when you're having a good day? You just keep having some coffee. Why not? Coffee's the great thing, bro.
Just go a little bit more, get the levels up, keep the levels up, and just the dark nectar is delightful. We got a one here from Tamsin Hockey Life, which is quite a cool one. Advice about drag flicking or aerials. What would be one piece of advice that really sticks out that was key for you? I know you've done a lot of work with some really awesome players. I know Darren Gallagher did a lot with you early on in your career. You've been working on some technical things with Karen, as we mentioned earlier. What's one thing that really stands out?
No, I think, okay, for both techniques, it's generally the being in a stable position at some point to then rely on your power and your rotation to get you into the next point. So I think for drag flicking, especially when you get into a strong base and you're getting a bit of a rotation in, and you can flick it towards the goals at the end and a little bit of more power. And if you're in like an overhead position to get in a strong base to start, to then pick up the ball and throw it with a good rotation, I think that's probably the best, is to start with a good base and get a good rotation in. So I think that's probably where I've worked just in recent times more effectively.
Just really giving yourself a foundation to develop power, and definitely. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. We got a question which actually just scrolled up past my screen, and I was talking about who would be in your world team, but I'm going to take that a step further. And how about this? If you had to have 2 teams, or no, 1 team, your team, and it has to have, let's call it 11 Jethro Eustices, who would be the person that makes up your team? Who would you go to, like, that guy, thinking that, like, okay, he's an epic defender, but geez, I'm not going to score goals, so I'm probably going to draw. Or he's an unbelievable striker, I'm going to score a million goals, but I might not be able to get it. Who's your go-to? Who would be your team? Let's call it that, your player's team.
Yeah, are we going through 11 here, Johns?
One. You've got to pick one person that's going to, you're going to like...
Ooh, nice, exciting. I think it's very close to what Danny was talking about with Arthur van Duren. I think he adds both very good attack and defense. And to be fair, his skill and his vision for the game is incredible. You play against him and actually you start realizing how actually effective he is. He's not just a guy when you watch on TV, like you're saying, wow, that's amazing. But when you play against him, then you start actually really realizing that this man is a little bit of a different class. So, yeah, I think to be fair, he's been given World Player of the Year once, been nominated a couple of times, and yeah, I think he's the most effective. I think is the captain from India, Singh, what's his first name?
Manpreet. Yeah.
Manpreet. I think he's also up there. I think he adds both the leadership, defensive and attack role. But yeah, I'll still go with the Belgium, Arthur van Duren, obviously, Osaka, all the way.
Oh, 100%, yeah. I think he's a great shot. I think like No, they're a couple of epic players. I don't know if I'd choose a bit more of a midfielder though. Just because I want a bit of attacking flair, I want a bit of spice and maybe a little Matt Granbush or something. Ooh, he could also be spicy. Maybe an Aussie.
No, listen, John, so we're talking about Granbush. We played them in February, which was a bit of a challenge. And yes, he was most effective in that second game. And I think that brings up a fair point to bring him into the equation.
Yeah. I see a question here by Gareth Bartholomew. Instant coffee or beans? Gareth, how dare you ask that question? Of course it's beans and it's a good brew. Come on, man. Sort yourself out there. Let's get on top of this, please.
Okay. Good thing about this, John, it's an educational program, so we're teaching people a lot of new things. So at least he's taken something out of this one that has to be beans all the way. Beans all the way.
A little bit of education and worldliness that we're really working on. But
100%.
I think one of our last ones here, even though Wesley's telling him to pipe down, how did you become the face of world hockey from old Chad Fooch? What's going on there, Chad?
So do I have to the question is, do I have to answer this question or can we skip to the next one?
Yeah. No, I don't think we need. Let's just skip to the next one. And I think there's from old Luke Hill. What was your experience when playing in the finals and leading your team against India? Yeah,
I think that series against the FIH series in India for our qualification for the Olympics was probably one of the most important, I think, moments to get our team out of a position where we haven't been at Olympic Games for a long time, and we were put in a very tough situation to try and finish top two. And to go into that India game, I think we'd realized that we ticked one box of trying to qualify for Olympics, so we've already made the final. And it was a bit of a daunting task because India, when you've got 15,000 people supporting the game in that massive stadium, it was a bit of a challenge, even to get ourselves back down to playing the final and realizing that we have to try and still beat India. The stadium was incredible. The noise was immense. We couldn't really even talk to each other, and we were standing maybe 2-3 meters next to each other. So yeah, it was a massive challenge. And every time India go forward, and I'm talking from a 16-yard hit or a midfield hit or a long corner or something like that, you couldn't even hear yourself think because the noise was just like expecting India to take it forward. So that was a bit of a challenge. And yeah, I think, something to learn from it was to, enjoy that experience. I think that's probably the best part because not many chances in your career you'll get a chance to play in India against India. So yeah, that was one of the best experiences there.
That is always an incredible one. And the one thing I loved about the Indian crowd is so they're absolutely bonkers whenever India's on the ball, but there's just like a hockey appreciation. Like anytime there's a good moment, like the crowd roars, there's a good action, there's a good goal. That's always something that was very cool. And I mean, like, sometimes we go and play against teams and the home crowd is very much the home crowd, and it's and we're on the ball. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's incredible. Something most players should try and see if we can get an opportunity to go either watch or at least one stage in your career to go and play.
Definitely. Jetty, we are running out of a bit of time. I'm sorry. I think again, we could keep on chatting, but I definitely need
like Rob's and Danny. I think we all expected that we could just get a little. That it's that fourth quarter, but 1-1. Extra time is on the cards. Maybe should we go for an extra time minute? But I get what you're saying. Thanks, John.
That's not a bad one. Let's see. Maybe we'll work that into what we're doing next time. That sounds rad.
No, but thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining. And thanks, John, and everybody at Osaka for doing this. This is incredible.
Epic, Jet. So good chatting. We'll catch up soon. Awesome stuff, Roo. Cheers. Oh, my goodness. That is insane. And Jet, what an absolute champion. As what looks like, I don't know if you guys can see this. Jeepers, I might just be hit by the world's biggest thunderstorm, which seems like it's coming in. Now I might have to move inside. But before that happens, let's see if we can get our next person on the line. She was meant to join us earlier, but an absolute star as it's coming into it. I think always, just some good banter. And I think we'll find out a little bit more now. We've got some cool questions. I know that you guys have got a lot of questions that you want to ask her. So we'll get into it. Now, But give us a little second as we're working it out over here. Jeepers, it's hoping it's not the weather and we have some more technical issues. But if she is on the line, because it seems like we're struggling to get her on, Jess Lardant, please ask to be invited onto the chat over here, because we really, really want to have you on. It's just been absolutely awesome thus far, but jeepers, let's keep on going. It's currently saying that you're unavailable to chat. No, Durban North, we need you. The Queen of Danville has got to be around. Let's see what we can do there. Aha! And there it looks like we might just have some luck. And hopefully we can get on. Let's see what can happen over here. Hey!
Hey,
Jess,
Jonty.
what's happening?
Yeah, not much, eh? Chilling. Been waiting because everyone took my turn and my chukka.
Yeah, listen, I'm so sorry about that. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Right.
it's okay.
So good to have you on. Thanks for coming. Oh, lottie-dottie, we like to party. Hey?
Yep. That's a good one, actually. I haven't heard that before. Good, Jonty.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll turn that into a little fun song for you or something. I'm sure we can come up with some more lyrics. And not that we're an advocate for drinking or anything, but, you know, Carlsberg 0.0 alcohol-free beer, I believe, is particularly good. And epic that they're part of the soccer world now, because I know we've joined on together.
Yeah.
So, yes. The Queen of Danville, you obviously been at home with the family, brothers and sisters. I've seen the size of that little piece of astroturf there. There must have been some like sibling rivalries and what's going on?
Yeah, so my brother and I especially, we both defenders. So, but we both defenders, but like want to be attackers. So there's some good competition that goes on. And then I got my sister, she's actually out with me. Let's just give her a little shout out.
What's up, Tatum?
We have some hectic competitions in this back garden. Let me tell you. A few balls over the wall as well. It's great.
Any broken windows? I think your old man would lose his mind.
Yeah, he would. But no, we put up black boards, especially for that reason. Yeah.
Great shout. Oh, Jess, we know that you are one of those exceptionally hardworking people. You put in all the odds on the turf, off the turf. But I know you also like letting your hair down and having a good time. We've seen pictures of you shopping in Poland, you know, all these sorts of things. Who would be your one teammate, your accomplice? Just to, you know, whether you're showing the Irish, you know, showing them Cape Town or whatever it is, who's that person that you're going to take along with you? And, you know, just
in terms of like showing people around and like what's the next best thing? Probably Jessica O'Connor. That girl has traveled the world. She knows, like, if you give her the world map, she reads it like a book. Like, she knows what's happening, the top 10 of everything. So Jessica O'Connor would be my go-to girl.
So by the book, you're actually talking about a passport, which has got like every tick of every country. Is that's what you're talking about? Oh, that is brilliant. Okay, are you ready for some rapid fire questions?
I mean, as I'll ever be.
Well, let's get straight into it. So the big one. What is the best thing before sliced bread?
You can't get much better than sliced bread. Nokia 3310. Those things were the bomb. I mean, you could play Snake on it for a week straight without charging. Those definitely Nokia 3310.
Oh, that is the greatest answer ever. And yes, 100% is. That is awesome. What's the one thing outside of hockey that you're really good at?
This is a tough one. Outside of hockey?
Besides identifying that the Nokia 3310 is the greatest thing ever. But
probably socializing. I'm a bit of a socialite. So anytime like I'm not playing hockey, I'm socializing. you know. And I like to put on like a bit of a show every now and then. So TikTok has become my new thing during lockdown. I swore I would never give into it, but I've become quite the TikToker.
TikToker. Gee, I didn't know that there was like an adjective for being on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, that is brilliant. Sorry, I just had to move inside. The rain's just banging down outside and the roof is going crazy, so I don't want to make too much noise. So a little change of scenery, but then obviously, what's the thing outside of hockey that you're really bad at? Saying it's epic TikToker.
Probably TikTok as well. I'm good, but I'm really bad, you know. What am I bad at? Cooking. I saw someone said cooking there, my family friend. Yes, I'm terrible at cooking, but during lockdown, I've been trying to improve it. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so trying to get better there.
Trying to get into that. Just seen Master Chef End. I'm sure you're taking in all the notes from that, and
Definitely.
my goodness,
Definitely.
what an bit of excitement. Big one. Beach holiday or bush holiday?
Beach. Beach.
I love the bush, and keepers being there is epic, but like sometimes I want to actually be able to do something. It's cool sitting watching stuff, but like I want to be involved. I want to run. I want to surf. I want to be in the ocean, and
so I literally can see the beach from my house, and you think how often I go down there is not a lot at all, but I would definitely choose the beach today.
But you choose that hands down. Yeah. Tough one. Yeah. What are your thoughts on clowns?
Oh no, those things must get out of here. I don't like clowns at all. Who created them and why are they a thing? I'm out. I don't like clowns.
The creepiest thing, like coming from the thing that's meant to like bring all this joy and like has the purest purpose in the world. We want to make people smile. We want to make people laugh. No, you scared living crap out of me. I don't want you anywhere near me.
After It. I think it's called It. It's called It when it comes out the drain.
I ain't going anywhere near no red balloon. That's ridiculous. Any pre-game rituals?
So I always have to start on my right. So I have to put my right under sock, left under sock, right sock, left sock. And if I get it messed up, they all come off and I have to start again. And then also I'm going to PG-13 this one, but I had this one series that I had to have a tonic, just a tonic, before the night of every game I played, and I played like the best games of my life. So that was the ritual, which I quickly try to get rid of because I couldn't be doing that every time I played Steph. She's gonna kick me out. Yeah.
And I'm glad we kept that very PG, and it was very much in past tense. Oh, brilliant. And then, final one before we get into some questions. Favorite Kauai smoothie? Ooh.
I actually made it at home. The coffee date one. It's amazing.
Cracker. A little bit of flavor. Little kick of espresso.
It's all there.
Get it all involved. Ah, man. That is awesome. Okay. So now we got through those rapid fire questions. Just to round off the fourth quarter, let's get into some of these questions. And I think we've actually got a whole heap versus that is coming up here. And
all I'm saying is I'm not demonstrating any dance moves or TikTok. That is out. I'm not doing it.
Actually, this is a cool question because you've definitely been involved with both here. DJ or dancer? Because you seem to move between. I suppose every time you're going up to the DJ booth, you're just requesting the next song. And
I love to request to DJs and then dance to those songs.
Aha! No, that is awesome. We go in here, and it's been pretty cool. We've had this across a couple of different ones, but who's been your biggest hockey inspiration? Who's like really, really made that difference and inspired you to go into some of the incredible things that you're doing at the moment? Who's been the one person that's really stood out there?
Definitely Cindy Hack is from when I was young. She just always she's so good, you know, at what she does. So I was like, I want to be like her. And she like gives people the time of day as well. Like she asks her questions and if for advice and stuff, like she literally comes with like pieces of paper written down on what you can do, you know. So people that make time to do those type of things, like have a lot of respect for. So definitely her. And then internationally, Amar, she's like everything. I watched her documentary when it came out, and I was like crying and everything. And now I want to be like the best soccer player in the world, you know. So, yeah, those two definitely.
Oh, that is awesome. And we got another one here, which I think might be a little pointed question. It's from a young Emily saying, who is your favorite under 14 hockey player?
Oh, how many times do I have to tell you how good you are? I'll just tell to all the people watching, guys. Emily is amazing.
Oh, that is awesome. Like we got all these cool little people that we coach. Like they inspire you as well. I must admit, we got this little girl that we coached. She's like 7 years old. It was her first time holding a hockey stick. Came in, started hitting, and after the session, ran up to her mom and dad, but kind of got like halfway, and then turned around, ran back, said, "Thank you so much for the session. That was awesome." And then turned around, and I was like, "That is so cool. That is."
Yeah, they are super inspirational. Like I coach like little grade 1, 2, and 3s, and like I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna play hockey, like how big people play hockey, and you must come watch. And then when I like play at Danville, I see them all in the crowd and they're like waving and everything. So they like my inspiration. Shame.
Oh man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys you got some epic support in that Danville series. Man, that was so cool. Obviously, true home ground advantage for you. And but, yeah, that was awesome. And I think big ups to Danville for putting on such a good show. And
I'm always like, go Danville, they're the best. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. One. Who's your favorite coach at school? Ooh.
My coach at school.
At school, yeah.
Calvin Price. He's coached me for years now. He still currently coaches me now for Raiders. But he definitely always backed me, like from when I was little. And so yeah, definitely Calvin. So it's got my back there.
Calvin. Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Then I think we got to move on to definitely this one because you've been with the guys a while. What is your favorite Osaka merch? I think Rob's has got a couple which she's going to drop on her Instagram. Jethro was throwing all sorts of vibes. What's your one thing that stands out?
This is the thing where I'm like, you can't take it off me. It's you know the Osaka bomber jackets. I promise you, everyone wants that. And I was like, we're going to be part of Osaka, sorry, but joking. But yeah, that bomber jacket, like my mom, I see her wearing it half the time. So definitely the bomber jacket. That's my favorite.
Definitely the bomb. Yeah. Here's a cool one. From Emil, would you rather have the most skillful shots? So I'm presuming something like super technical or just brute strength and ignorance, pure power, like straight through.
Pure power.
Pure power.
Pure power. I'm a very like simple player. Like you'll see me, I don't have much like skill. I'm more like inside and around the outside. But I would definitely have more of just like a power shot that's going to go through the back of the net. Definitely. But that's just me. Yeah.
So definitely taking a little bit out of Lil Duplessis' backhand fury, trying to go through.
Definitely. Promise you, when that girl takes a shot, I'm like, good luck, because I'm going that way. So good, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I think one of our last few questions here, because unfortunately we're running out of a bit of time again, but who's this from? Oh, you get real close up there, right? Sorry. But Sana Lives for Hockey is, when did you realize you were in love with hockey? Ooh, that's a cool one.
That is a cool one. So I've always played hockey. But when I realized I was in love with it was probably when I played for the Raiders in my first year. We won outdoor RPT, and although I was still like a little junior and I didn't play that much, when I saw how like much it meant to everyone to win, okay, when I say win, like I still love it when we're losing, but like to like,
no, we don't.
That, gosh, but to see how much it meant to like be part of a team and how much like everyone like just loved each other in that moment, that's when I really was like, oh my gosh, the sport is everything, you know. So yeah.
Does it? Oh man, that's awesome. It's amazing how those like little, and they can be like random things. They stick out, and like that was the precise moment, the precise time, and from there I'm hooked. I'm done. Don't give me anything else.
Nothing.
Yeah. And I think this is actually a great question to end off with, unless you've seen anything that's popped up in yours. But best bit of advice you can give out for someone who's an inspiring young hockey player that really wants to be the next Jess Lardant. How about that? What's the one bit of advice?
This is my advice. Oh, okay, so this is where I think I went a little bit wrong, but I corrected my path. Was you can have inspiration like from people, but don't be someone else. Do you know what I mean? So like 100%, like Granata inspires me. Like she plays so well, but I mustn't be her, because then everything I do wrong, I'm gonna like be like so hard on myself and be like, why am I not like Granata? You know, example. So I just think that my advice would be you, be inspired by people, but like create your own journey and your own human.
That's epic advice. Flip, I love it. That's know your strengths, know what you're good at, make sure you're better than everyone else, and Jess, that's epic advice. Flip, that is so rad, man. This little knowledge bombs, boom, getting dropped today. That is epic. Oh, awesome. Well, Jess, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thanks everyone for your questions. Sorry I couldn't get back to you all. We don't have time.
But enjoy it. Enjoy sitting in the back garden, looking at the ocean, and thinking about going on holiday to the beach.
Thank you. Thanks, Johns.
Awesome. But we'll catch up real soon. Enjoy the rest of the lockdown.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Epic stuff. Cheers. Oh man, what a cool session today for Chukka Chats, and that rounds out our fourth Chukka, and everyone that we had on. Jeepers, Rob's an absolute champion. Danny, the new hero, which is just tearing things up. It's so awesome to have her. So great. So glad to be able to chat. We all know Jethro, Eustice, the legend, doing all the things. Always have time for that, man. He's a champion. And Jess Lardant's coming on with just some knowledge bombs. Hey? That's so great. So thank you for joining in. Thank you for all your questions. As we go along, we're definitely going to try and get more interactions with you. We're loving some of this stuff. So please keep on sending us up. I think something that could be really cool. Let's see who else you'd love to have on the next Osaka Chats. It'll be interesting. I think we've got some epic players. We've got some people lined up, but maybe, I don't know, the extra time chat, the little 8-second shuttle that Jet was talking about, I think quite cool. Maybe we can get them in for like a 4-second fire round, just get some advice and some stuff like that, and then we can go from there. But guys, as always, stay safe, stay fit, keep up the vibe, and we'll chat to all of you soon, hopefully next week. Cheers guys, have an awesome time.